So finally, the ambassador to the United States, Peter Mandelson, resigned. Pushed, axed, kicked out, booted, whatever you want to say. But what was interesting was, literally less than 24 hours before, the current British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer, got up in the House of Commons and basically said that he had every faith in them. This has naturally sent quite a shudder throughout other cabinet ministers because less than a week ago he said the very same thing, of course, about his current deputy, Angela Rayner, and then she was gone. But now there's a bigger problem behind the scenes. As ever, let me explain. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much as ever for taking the time out to join me today. This is a big deal. We'll have a lovely wave though, but this is a big deal, of course, because it's a very prestigious role. The ambassador to the United States of America comes with a lot of accoutrements, things that you really wouldn't mind. And this is for, of course, somebody who loved the high life, Peter Mandelson. I first met him literally in the foyer of Sky News many years ago, and he was one of those sort of people that he instantly either liked you or he didn't. And basically by that you could say, were you useful or not? Would you do exactly what they wanted? At that particular point, he was probably best known as being the spin doctor for the Labour Party. That's what he was good at, quite forceful, quite, shall we say, demanding to say the least. But it's this particular role that all eyes now focus upon, and more or less the judgment of the current British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, simply because, once again, he's made a massive error of judgment. Now, here's where this gets really complicated, and one, of course, where the other parties will zoom in on and basically decide to force their hand. Keir Starmer's on a very sticky wicket, as we often say. It's not going well, it's certainly not moving in the right direction for him, and lots of his own party came out against Peter Mandelson. The bigger picture, though, is now this. You see, the focus is on, he keeps talking about transparency and how, of course, things really should be out in the open. We've got nothing to hide, all that sort of stuff. Now, here's where this gets interesting, because another former Labour minister, Nick Brown, missing in action now for many years and apparently officially resigned in around late 23, early 24. He has a very checkered story, one that's never come to light. And despite insistence from, of course, other people, other parties, other corners, if you like, no story has ever fully emerged. Now, the story goes that the mainstream media have this particular story. And apparently this could be far more damaging than Peter Mandelson. Now, the only thing you can do, of course, is think, well, what could be that story? Now, here's where this gets even more complicated, because in the inner circle of 10 Downing Street, they are now pushing forward for more cleaner transparency, because obviously the voter, the electorate, whatever you want to call us, we have now no faith whatsoever in this current government. If it was thin before, it's even thinner now. And really, with the dismissal, the demise, the axing, whatever, of Peter Mandelson from that very prestigious job, just ahead, of course, of the, return of President Trump of the United States for his official second state visit, one would have hoped that that would have been a clearer path. This particular incident with the MP Nick Brown is rearing its head. And at 75 years old, many might suspect they just simply hope the story will fade into oblivion. But many inside the Labour Party camp believe that actually, right now, they need to be more clear and transparent than ever. Also, on top of all of that, with the deputy leader nominations going forward, they don't necessarily want to be embroiled in another scandal. There's been far too many in the very first year of government. Moving forward, if Keir Starmer thought the solution by removing the ambassador to the United States was well and truly over, well, it looks like his troubles once again could be about to start. Neil Shawn in the very heart of London.